International Film Festival of India is buzzing with films from around the globe. Founded in 1952, Asia's oldest film festival, which is now in its 19th year in Goa, has seen a steady rise in delegates over the years who not only enjoy the films but also everything else that Goa has to offer. While films from around the world have a story to tell, Priti Soiru catches up with the makers of the movie, Storyteller.
नमस्कार, हांव प्रीती सोयरू आनी दूरदर्शनच्या वतीन तुमकां सगळ्यांक माय मोगाचो येवकार दिता. 53व्या इफीत आता ही फिल्मां चालू जाल्ली आसा आनी ह्या महोत्सवात इफीच्या ह्या फिल्मांक बरोच प्रतिसाद मेळ्ळा. चारूय थिएटरां फुल गच्च भरिल्ली आसा आनी कालचे फिल्म जे जाले स्टोरी टेलर ताका बरोच प्रतिसाद मेळ्ळो आनी ह्या प्रतिसादान एक अशें आशिल्लें की प्रत्येक जाण हे फिल्म पळोवपाक आतूर आशिल्ले, कित्याक तर ह्या वर्साचे हे फिल्म त्यांचे इफीत इंडियन प्रिमियर आशिल्ले. द स्टोरी टेलर अनंत महादेवन हांणी बरयल्ली ही कथा खूपच सुंदर आनी हितून एक्टिंग केला परेश रावल हांणी सुंदर एक्टिंग आशिल्ली तांची आनी तेच बरोबर आदिल हुसेन हांणी सुद्दां सुंदर अशी एक्टिंग केल्या ह्या फिल्मान. हे जे फुल फिल्म आसा ते सांगपाक सोदता की 60 वर्सां उपरांत म्हणजे आपले एक मनशाचें जीवन कशें आसता, म्हणजे तेका आपली एक काणी विकपाची आसता. तो एक खूब सुंदर कथा सांगता पूण तेका बरोवपाक जमना. तेन्ना आदिल हुसेन जो एक्टर आसा तो आपूण स्वता परेश रावला कडल्यान काणी बरोवन घेता आनी आपूण ती पब्लिश करता. पूण ह्याच्या फाटल्यान सत्यजीत रेची एक खरे एफर्ट्स ह्या स्टोरीन आशिल्ली. तांची ही खरी काणी म्हणजे फ्रस्ट्रेशनान तेणी बरयल्ली 60 वर्सां उपरांत मनशाचें जीवन कशें आसता. ही काणी आमकां खूब कितें सांगता. प्रत्येक गोष्टीक किंमत दिवची आसता आनी प्रत्येक गजाली पयशांनी घेवच्यो आसता जाल्यारूच तेका किंमत येता. फ्रीन कांयच मेळना. म्हणजे जेन्ना आमी खंयच्याय गोष्टीक एक पयशे दिवन करता तेन्ना तेका एक चड म्हत्व आसता.
What are we doing here? The 5 W's that we ask: who, why, where, when, and what. These questions are actors' questions to practically help us act better in a scene. But if I bring those particular 5 W's and put it in our lives and ask me who am I and what am I doing here, when am I here, where am I here, so these questions will lead us to a greater understanding of our existence, I think, and art should help that.
If you see the last scene of our film, it is told that how can you compare a storyteller and a story writer? When a story, who is bigger? Nobody is bigger. They are equal. Maybe he's trying to make it equal.
सुंदर अशें हें फिल्म जाल्लें आसा आनी एकूच मोटो की प्रत्येक गोष्ट प्रत्येक कला हेका आपली जेन्ना किंमत आमी दिता तेन्ना तेका एक कितें तरी फळ मेळटा. तर म्हाका दिसता न्हू आनीकूय जायते अपडेट्स आनी खूब कितें म्हत्वाच्यो कार्यावळी तेच भायर बरी बरी फिल्मांची म्हायती आमी तुमकां दित रावतली. आमच्या बरोबर जोडून रावात दूरदर्शनाच्या सांगातान 53व्या इफी महोत्सवात. नमस्कार.
If you are married or to be married, the movie called My Love Affair with Marriage will give you some interesting moments. I enjoyed some when speaking to the director. Love Affair with Marriage is an animated film with more than 40,000 animation drawings and took 7 years to complete and had 3 premieres in 1 week. We caught up with Signe Baumane, the writer, director, designer and animator who detailed the story and the techniques of the film that has won the Best Feature Award at the Viborg Animation Festival, Viborg, Denmark, and then at the Annecy International Film Festival in France, it won jury distinction for a feature film.
So I started the film, writing the screenplay in September 2015, a long time ago. So it took 7 years to make this film. what inspired me, or what provoked the process of writing the screenplay. I wanted to write a story about my second marriage. I was married to a gender-bending man from Sweden, and I thought it was an interesting story, very dramatic story. The secrets were held, and truth was not told. And we had also dramatic misunderstanding between the cultures. I was coming from Eastern Europe, that just was from Latvia, that was just released from the grips of Soviet Union, and he was of Sweden, and so we couldn't understand each other on many practical levels. But what destroyed our marriage was actually the secret that he was holding. And but I was interested in a question when I started writing the screenplay: why did we want to marry? And then I started to ask this question: why do we fall in love? And so then I wanted to get to the bottom of what is actually what is love, and I thought that I could use science as a tool of this like objectivity to find out what is love, because love is such subjective feeling, and it's like I call it most overhyped human emotion, and so I wanted to bring some kind of level, some kind of objectivity, some kind of truth to this very subjective feeling, but the story turned out to be more complicated and more layered than I imagined when I started it. So that is basically what is inspired the story. It is inspired by my personal life and based on some facts, but it's a fictional story.
Runa Aggarwal, who is enjoying the festival, has some beautiful things to say about the beautiful beings she has seen.
Film is where we see all these beautiful beings through a rainbow of color. No wonder that the festival Kaleidoscope is one of the most popular sections at IFFI. Each year, it showcases hand-picked films representing the best of world cinema, exceptional films from veteran filmmakers, emerging powerhouse talents, and critically acclaimed hits from international film fests. The incomparable Jafar Panahi is back with No Bears, a film about two parallel love stories with an unexpectedly shocking ending. Adding interest to the film is the fact that Panahi plays himself in it. French film One Fine Morning is a brilliantly handled film by Mia Hansen-Løve, starring Léa Seydoux, who also featured in the last James Bond outing. The film covers Parisian Sandra's daily life raising her daughter, the pain of her philosopher and professor father's progressing neurodegenerative disease affecting his sight and mental capacity, a supportive relationship with her mother and sister, and a new love. When her father is in hospital and as she sorts through his books, she tells her daughter, "There is his envelope body, this is his soul," reflecting that it was his mind and love that made him, not his body. Hansen-Løve's superb film Bergman Island screened at IFFI last year. French film Both Sides of the Blade, starring Juliette Binoche, is a must-watch too. Together with this, Scottish movie After Sun, a stunning debut from director Charlotte Wells, Spanish-Italian flick Alcaraz, and French-Dutch production Close all have their India premieres. Look out for Close. It is one amongst a host of films on the theme of friendship amongst children and coming of age. Watch these and more only at IFFI 2022 in Goa.
Savio de Noronha caught up with a person who has attended every IFFI since 2004.
Goa is known as a land for fun, for fish and for football. But in the year 2004, when the film festival came to Goa, the word films was added to Goa's bio. And someone who has not only attended but enjoyed the festival since then is none other than well-known film critic Sachin Chatte, who is with me here. Sachin, how is the film festival treating you in 2022 post-pandemic?
Well, film festival is the best time in Goa, the best 8 days. Earlier it used to be 10 days, now it has been curtailed to 8 days. So for any film lover, these are the best 8 days in Goa, where you wake up in the morning, brush your teeth, have a shower, come and watch movies, do that for the whole day, go home, go to sleep, next day wake up and wash, rinse, repeat, as they say. So it's always a great time.
What would you say about the film culture having changed in Goa or improved leaps and bounds thanks to the festival?
110%, because the amount of delegates that are registered, I'm sure about 70% or thereabouts are Goans, and they throng to the cinemas now. I also run a film club here, the Cinephile Film Club, where we get fantastic attendance every year, and we are affiliated with every screening rather, and we are affiliated with the Federation of Film Societies. So the other societies also want to know how do we draw those crowds. So there is something unique about Goa now, and there was a time when people used to say that we probably don't have a film culture, but that's definitely no longer true now, because there are lots of Goans who love movies.
I don't know how many of you know, but the films that come to a festival like IFFI are from across the globe. Sachin, can you tell us more about this? I mean, countries ranging from Colombia to Iran and everywhere.
Yeah, so a film festival has all kinds of movies. There are homages, there are tributes, there are retrospectives. But one of the sections that most film lovers look forward to the most is Cinema of the World, which is a very generic term. So all films that are released in the last year or current year, they are a part of Cinema of the World. And the other is Festival Kaleidoscope, so where films from Cannes, Venice, Berlin, Toronto, if they won any awards, and so they are compiled there. So you know that these films are great. If a film has won the Palme d'Or or the Golden Lion or the Golden Bear, so you know that there is something to look forward to in it. But apart from that, yeah, you get to films like today we saw a film from Kazakhstan called Happiness, which was about domestic abuse. Now this is something that plagues the whole world. Crime against women is not restricted to any country or continent. It's happening all over the world. So it's an eye-opener of sorts as to what's happening in Kazakhstan, and apparently there it's at a very high level. So, the Cinema of the World also educates us about what else is happening in the world, not just in our part of the world, but what happens in Colombia, what happens in Japan. We know their customs, we know their traditions, we know the social structure there, we know what's happening as far as politics is concerned. So cinema is a great education in that sense.
I personally remember at the Golden Jubilee edition, there was a great moment when we witnessed our two national treasures, Amitabh Bachchan and Rajnikant on the same stage at the same time.
Yeah.
So, can you share with us one or two of such moments that you have experienced?
In fact, we do get to see a lot of glamorous people here, many stars, actors, directors as well who grace the festival here. My most fond memories are mostly about international directors who have come here, and you've heard a lot of things about them. You've seen their films, and you've been following them very closely, and suddenly you bump across them, which is quite unique. So there is a South Korean director, Kim Ki-duk, the late Kim Ki-duk, I must say. He passed away during the pandemic time. He was walking around here at IFFI. There is a Russian director whose film Leviathan was nominated for an Oscar, Andrei Zayugintsev. He was walking around again at IFFI. We saw Isabelle Huppert at IFFI. We saw Catherine Deneuve, the legendary French actress at IFFI. Wong Kar-wai, another great name in the world of cinema, was at IFFI. Ben Kingsley was at IFFI. So when you see all these big names in person, it's a surreal feeling in many more ways than one.
So that's it. Sachin Chatte with us. Wonderful talking to him. He's told us some splendid stuff. We'll have more of Sachin in the days to come. Sachin, thank you very much, and may you have a wonderful festival.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.
One of the films showcased in the Indian Panorama section is the biopic on a great Bengali freedom fighter, Khudiram Bose. Shyam Gaonkar tells us more.
53वा आंतरराष्ट्रीय फिल्म महोत्सव सध्या गोंयांत धूमधडाक्यान सुरू आसा. जायती फिल्मां हांगासर प्रदर्शीत जाल्ली आसा आनी बऱ्या दमाची फिल्मां आमकां पळोवपाक मेळटा. कारण एक वेगळो असो आविष्कार, एक वेगळो असो अनुभूती आमकां पळोवपाक मेळटा. आनी आयज खुदिराम भोस हे फिल्म आमकां पळोवपाक मेळ्ळें. 1889 ह्या वर्सा जल्मल्ल्या प्रतिकात्मक स्वातंत्र्य झुजारी खुदिराम भोस हाचेर बरयल्लें पॅन इंडिया बायोपिक ही एक आशादायक तेलुगू फिल्म आसा. नवोदित निर्मातो रचिता विजय जगलार मोदी आणि दिग्दर्शक विजय जगलार मोदी आणि DVS राजू हांणी खोस व्यक्त करताना आमकां सांगलें
about Mr. Khudiram, who is youngest freedom fighter in our India. So then we started travel with Khudiram with his wiki and all, and luckily we showed a lot of new elements in this film because Khudiram Bose is connected to too many patriotic personalities in our India.
Actually, this is my debut film.
and I'm very happy that I got to do the role of a freedom fighter, not just a random movie. It was the role of freedom fighter, and everything I've done in the movie, we have prepared for it. My director actually is very helpful to me, not just my director, my cinematographer, and all the technicians. They helped me a lot.
गोल्डन रेन प्रोडक्शनान तयार केल्लो हो बायोपिक जगलार मोदी पार्वती सादर करता आणि हो चित्रपट तेलुगू, तामिळ, मल्याळम, कन्नड आणि बंगाली तसेच हिंदी भाषांनी तयार केल्लो आसा. राकेश जागलार मोदीच्या अभिनय पदार्पणाच्या निमतान त्या महत्वाकांक्षी फिल्मात उत्कृष्ट अभिनय आणि ताच्याच प्रतिभेन एक एकठायपण आमकां दिसून येता. संगीत दिग्दर्शक मणी शर्मा, पुरस्कार फावो जाल्लो प्रोडक्शन डिझायनर पद्मश्री छोटा थरानी, स्टंट दिग्दर्शक कमल कन्नन आणि रसूल एल्लोर ही ह्या प्रकल्पा कडेन संबंधित आशिल्ली कांय उत्कृष्ट प्रतिभा संपन्न मनशां जावन आसा. ह्या फिल्माचो तुमी डेफिनेटली आस्वाद घेयात आणि उत्कृष्ट दर्जेदार फिल्म तुमकां डेफिनेटली मानवतले, भावतले, आवडटले. थँक्यू व्हेरी मच.
The world of cinema gives a platform to people of all ages to make a career, and while doing so, to enjoy the journey as well. Oreerna Vaz spoke to the young American cast of the film Island of Lost Girls.
I have with me the cast of The Island of Lost Girls. We have Aquila here, we have Autumn, and we have Scarlett, who was only 4 years old when she filmed this movie. Welcome to Goa. And you know, here in Goa, we also have the beaches and the sea, and I'm sure you want to be at home here. Are you thinking of going and hitting the beach today or any of these days?
Yeah, we are, not today, but I think in the next couple days we're going to be going to the beach like every day.
And this was all, you know, you're an adventurous family filming in the sea caves with the elephant seals and the sea lands, and it was so exciting for us to watch because for us it's like only on National Geographic. We don't see a film that often. So you're very happy that your mom and dad decided to do a film like this?
Yeah, because like actually I really want to be an actor because that's like, and it was fun to like have to be like get a chance to actually be in a film. So yeah.
What about you, enjoying yourself on the elephant seal? Do you like to do films like this?
Yes, it was very fun playing around with the elephant seals.
And swimming in all this, you know, the sea caves comes naturally to you all, no?
Yeah, because we live really close to the beach. It's like, yeah, just like 5-minute drive. So we go there like every day. So it wasn't like, oh, we're going to go film. It's like, oh, we're just going to the beach and we're going to be happening to film it at the same time.
Just going to have fun and film and come out with this really beautiful movie. And girls, I want to thank you and, you know, wishing you the very best in your careers with your mom and dad, also making more movies. And yes, let the adventure roll on.
Yeah, thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who's seen our movie.
Thank you. Goa is not only known for its sand, surf and beaches, it's also known for our food, okay? So are you a big foodie? Do you like continental food, spicy food?
I love all type of food. We did have sushi too, but yeah, we were really adventurous about food and stuff.
And what about you? What do you like to eat?
So I really like ramen and noodles and all that. And I hate squid. That's one thing. I can't eat squid.
So you don't like a peanut butter jelly sandwich with avocado like in your movies?
No.
And what do you like to eat?
I like, sometimes I like a lot of types of food. But sometimes I don't like baked zucchini.
Anyway, you're adventurous not only in your movies and in your outings and your food as well.
Yeah.
So bon appetit to you and have a very good time in Goa.
Thank you.
And with that, it's a wrap of another day. 24 hours of great movies and lots more to look forward to. We will keep you updated with everything that happens at IFFI 53, only on DD Goa.